Good evening and welcome back to Mo's channel. Today, February 13th, 2022, and I want to talk about this white man called Joe Rogan. An evil man. An evil man. Um, I got banned from YouTube. Well, not banned, but I got suspended for a week because I was spreading medical misinformation. And all I did is question the commonly accepted narrative around coronavirus. It's gonna come and get you. Medical misinformation, they said. The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, in a nutshell, states that the Congress shall enact no law that infringes upon the freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of religion of the citizens of the people of the United States of America, i.e., in America, censorship is illegal. Which means that I have the right to express myself, whether or not you agree with me is irrelevant. If the status quo says that everyone should go out there and eat cockroaches, and I stand against that and say, no, I don't want to eat cockroaches, and this is why I don't want to eat cockroaches, whether or not it's a belief or a fact, I have the right to say so. So, you little YouTube nerds who have taken it upon yourselves to censor people whose opinions and beliefs may not concur with yours or with the status quo are violating my First Amendment rights. The President of the United States at that time, Donald Trump, the Orange Man, the orangutan, was barred from Twitter and Facebook for saying things that did not agree with the accepted convention. The president was denied his First Amendment rights. Now, I think Trump is an idiot. I think Trump is a narcissist. I think Trump is a fool. I think half the shit that comes out of Trump's mouth is lies. But it does not fucking matter. The First Amendment gives him, as a citizen of this nation, the right to say what the fuck he wants to say. I'm a black man. If a white man wants to go out there and say, fuck niggas, niggas ain't shit, niggas are monkeys, he has the right to do so. This concept of hate speech is stupidity. It is in violation of the First Amendment rights of Americans. We don't have to agree on everything. And that is the beauty of the Constitution, in that it gives me or you the right to say what you want to say. And nobody has the right to take that away from me or anyone else. YouTube censors, do you understand that? You are not the government. You do not have the right to censor and control what people can say. in this country. And I know some of you are not from this country, but in this country, we have the right to express ourselves. Now, is some of that talk offensive? If I go out there saying women are bitches, women are this, yes, that is offensive. But it does not matter. There are other ways to counter that. If I say women are lazy, then women should come up and prove me wrong, not censor me. If I say people who are vegetarians are stupid, then people who are vegetarians should come out and prove me wrong, not censor me. That is not how this country works. But there's this man, white man, called Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan did not say COVID this, COVID that. Joe Rogan brought experts on, people with MDs, PhDs, people who are learned in these matters. And they questioned the common narrative. And that was a problem. That was a problem. Because if I am so sure in what I say, if I have all the facts on my side, and you come along and you question my stance, I let the facts speak for themselves. I'm an athlete. I've been an athlete all my fucking life. I box, I play basketball, I play soccer, I play football. If someone comes to me and says, oh, you ain't shit, you can't fight, you can't play ball, what do I say? Let's get in a ring. Let's get in a court. And if I ain't shit, you're gonna beat me. But if I am the shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. So instead of countering Joe Rogan with their undisputed facts, what do they say? Let's get rid of Joe Rogan. That is cowardice. That is cowardice. Now, I don't know Joe Rogan. I'm not here standing up for Joe Rogan. I'm here standing up for the Constitution, and I'm here standing up for principle. Because if you silence Joe Rogan today for disagreeing with the commonly accepted narrative, what if tomorrow people decide, oh, let's go have sex with little 12-year-old girls, little 10-year-old girls? Let that be the accepted status quo. I have little nieces. I have little nephews. If someone goes out there, if a grown person goes out there and tries to have sex with my little niece or my little nephew, I'm going to kill him. But now, if you cancel Joe Rogan for expressing an alternative viewpoint, and now the status quo is pedophilia is okay, and I come out and I say, no, it is not okay, then what happens? Now I can't speak out against it. And it goes for anything. Homosexuality. Religious people, Muslims, Christians, Hebrews, their teachings speak against that. But that is now the commonly accepted status quo. So can they no longer stand in the pulpit and say God said this is wrong? Can they no longer read from their Bible and say it says here in the Bible this is wrong? Will they now be arrested? But it goes deeper than that. Joe Rogan, his podcasts, their viewership exceed the viewership of CNN, combined. He pulls more listeners than all of the mainstream media sources combined. That's a problem. That's a problem because his word, his message is getting to a much wider audience, and that much wider audience will start to question the commonly accepted narrative. A study came out from Johns Hopkins University that basically said there was no need for the lockdowns because the lockdowns did not really save lives. I'm not saying this. Johns Hopkins said this. Back in the day, the virus did not come from a lab. Now, maybe it did come from a lab. And you could go on and on and on, where 1 year ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago, certain things were stated as ironclad facts, yet down the road it comes to be that these things were not indeed factual. But you can't question that. Why? So, they wouldn't cancel Joe Rogan, so some singer, Neil Young, I don't know who the fuck he is. I never heard of any of his music, but I guess he's a big musician. I don't know. Says, pull all my music off of Spotify. Or cancel Joe Rogan. They said, alright, take your music, motherfucker. That wasn't enough. Another singer, Johnny Mitchell, pull all my music off of Spotify. Or cancel Joe Rogan. Go ahead, take your music, bitch. Another singer, Inda Ire, pull all my music off Spotify. Or cancel Joe Rogan. He's still there. He's still there. Spotify stock drops $2 billion in one day. He's still there. Big problem. Big problem. So they go out there and they compile all these times that Joe Rogan used the N word, i.e. nigga, which is so fucking stupid, because whether you say the N word or you say nigga, you're still saying nigga. The N word is just a nice way to say nigga without having said nigga for a white person. And turns out that it was taken out of context. It was a sound bite of him saying nigga. He was talking about Richard Pryor had this album that was called Nigga, or this person said nigga, or this person said nigga, and all they did is say nigga, 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 and so you just have him say nigga, 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 and you say, oh, this motherfucker just says nigga, 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 nigga. And they come to black people, as they always do, and they say, see, he said nigga, 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 nigga. He's a racist. We've been down this road many, 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 many times. And black people said, so what? He didn't call a black person nigga. He didn't say that person is a nigga. He didn't say you a nigga. He didn't say you a nigga. So there's a problem. So they go to the black intellectuals. And the black intellectuals, first they go to the black celebrities, to The Rock, a mulatto, Mulattoes who don't want to identify as black. They want to identify as other. Not as black, but as other. They'll call themselves black when it's to their benefit. They'll call themselves other when it enables them to affiliate with white people. And The Rock is like, oh, that is wrong that he said nigger. No, Mr. Rock, if you're so proud of being black, if you're so proud of your blackness, why are you so white? Why do you have a white wife? Why are you so engulfed in white culture? You're an Oreo, Mr. Rock. An Oreo. And today on CNN, I guess it's a black man and another black man write an article about the word nigger and the connotations of the word nigger and nigger this and it means this and but hold on. These are black people that more likely than not live in white neighborhoods, that more likely than not live in the suburb, that more likely than not would not set foot in the ghetto because they don't want to be around those niggas, because those niggas scare them, because they don't want to associate with those niggas. They'd rather go shop at Macy's. They'd rather go shop at Saks Fifth Avenue. They'd rather go eat at white restaurants. But they come out there as authorities, and this using the word nigger has this meaning. And Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, put on blackface. Where were these black intellectuals, these black journalists that are so concerned about Joe Rogan using the word nigger? Northam, former governor of Virginia, wore blackface. Where were these black people, these black experts to speak for black people when he did that? I didn't hear a fucking peep from them. But Joe Rogan, how dare he use the word nigger? Is it not more demeaning for someone to put on blackface and mock black people than for someone to paraphrase a black person using the word nigger? And I'm not defending Joe Rogan. I am just stating fucking facts. These black experts on niggerism likely have children who grew up in the suburbs, who sound whiter than snow, who act whiter than snow, who have white best friends that call them nigger. Yes, these little black Oreos from the suburbs have white friends, and those white friends call them nigger. And they do nothing about it. They accept it. That's my friend. He means nothing by it. If a white man, if a Latino man, if an Asian man calls me nigger, regardless of whether they mean no harm by it, I'll either fuck them up or tell them shut the fuck up with their language. If a white man, if a Latino man, if an Asian man uses the word nigger in reference to each other, I'll say no. Not around me, bitch. But these little Oreos accept that. And these little Oreos are the children of these niggerism experts who come out on CNN and other outlets and attack Joe Rogan. It's not about him using the word nigger. That was just there to rile black people up. Because in this day and age, black people are still victims. We're still victims. We don't realize that we have the same opportunity that every other fucking race on this planet has. And it is up to us to stand up for ourselves and pursue those opportunities. We're no longer slaves. We don't need a white man to come there and save us. We could save our fucking selves. If police are killing us, then we handle that. And the way we handle that is not by going out in the streets and marching and protesting. We take decisive action. We get into the city councils. We buy the state bonds. We buy the municipal bonds. And now we got control. And we say, listen here, Mr. fucking Mayor. We own $1 billion of your fucking bonds. Are you going to do something about this? Listen here, Mr. fucking Governor. We own $5 billion of your fucking bonds. Are you going to do something about this? Because in this country, money talks. But what does Jay-Z want to do? What does LeBron want to do? What do these black millionaire athletes and billionaire musicians, what do they want to do? They want to buy Tommy Hilfiger clothes. They want to shop at Saks Fifth Avenue. They want to be accepted by white people by wearing the name brands that white people wear, by driving Maybachs. Stupid niggas. If you want to change things, use your money for effect. Use your money to control the discussion. Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC. They shut that nigga down. Because Bill Cosby knew, if I own NBC, I could control the conversation. If you own these states, these cities, then you could tell the mayors, we want police reform. Not defund the police, you fucking idiots, but police reform, criminal justice reform. I'm getting off topic. The problem with Joe Rogan is not that he said nigga, nigga, nigga. The problem with Joe Rogan is that he questioned the official narrative. And he continues to question the official narrative. And not him, but the experts, the learned people in those fields that he brings on. If you know anything about science, and I have a degree in electrical engineering, and once upon a time, as an undergrad, I was going to go to med school and be a doctor so I could cut people up and stitch them back together. So I took biology. I took inorganic chem 1 and 2. I took organic chem 1 and 2. I took physics 1, 2, and 3. So I know science. But science is ever evolving. Any scientist will tell you that what we know today may turn out to be false tomorrow. That's why we experiment. And when we experiment, we discover and we understand and we advance knowledge. In science, nothing is written in stone because things can change tomorrow with the discovery of new revelations. quantum physics, stands conventional physics on its head. So any scientist will tell you that what we knew 2 years ago about COVID may very well be misleading or false 2 years from now. What we thought we understood about COVID, what we thought we understood about the vaccines, may not be true 2 or 3 years from now. So is it misinformation for someone to raise a question about what is known today? Or is it simply scientific inquiry? See, at the end of the day, it's about control. It's about control. There are power structures that want to control humanity. And what they're doing now is very, very dangerous. And YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you need to ask yourself, in 3 years from now, in 2 years from now, with all your censorship of dissenting opinions, how will you be judged? Will you be viewed as a platforms that advanced discourse, or will you be viewed as a platforms that were used to destroy American democracy? What they're doing to Joe Rogan, what they're trying to do to Joe Rogan, is what they'll try and do down the road to anyone who disagrees with them. And it could be Republican, it could be Democrat. These people are power hungry, and they don't want anyone to question them. And that is a problem. The Constitution serves as a framework of governance, and we must guard that Constitution. Therefore, we must allow freedom of speech to prosper. Whether I agree with you, whether you agree with me, does not matter. Everyone must have the right to express themselves, to question things, to ponder. Because the minute we start to limit that is the minute this nation starts to become a dictatorship. Look in history and look at every fucking dictatorship. It started down that road when people were denied the right to question the government. Fauci, NAID, NIH, that's all the government. The Republican National Committee, the Democratic National Committee, the Republican establishment, the Democratic establishment, that is all the government. They all want control. And they want to control what you think. They want to control what you say. So like I said, I don't know the man. I've never met the man. I'll probably never meet the man. I'm not a millionaire. I don't orbit in his circles. But I will stand up for him. And I will stand up for his right to express himself freely. And CNN, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you are truly a news organization, then you should support Joe Rogan's right to speak his mind. If you disagree with him, say why you disagree with him. Attack his points. Do not attack his constitutional rights. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering a dark age in America. It doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative. Defend the Constitution. God bless, and good night, motherfuckers.